Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Vernon.
On GrindCityMedia.com. It's Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Monday, January 13, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, we got 10 things from the weekend, and there was a ton that was going on. The Grizzlies played one of their best games of the entire season over the weekend. We will get to that win and what they've got going on tonight and this week. It was wild card weekend in the NFL, and though the games were not so great, does set up some unbelievable matchups. We will get to everything we saw on wild card weekend. Ohio State got a win since we last talked, and they're going to be playing in the national championship game. Talk about what happened with the Tigers over the weekend. We got Cooper Flagg. We got NFL coaching changes. Ton of stuff to get to. It's a Monday. It's still cold. Smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right. We got a ton of stuff to get to on the show. There's a ton of things that have happened since we last spoke. Obviously, we're not in studio on Friday as we got snowed in, but we are back today. Hopefully, everybody made it safely throughout the snow weekend as things were canceled all over the place. So it was a great opportunity to just sit inside and watch football the entire time and basketball, which I did. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senor Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neck Carb, John Lance, he's John Quadrant, he's Dr. Thunder, he's Yogi Roser.
What up?
Hello, John.
What up?
Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe. The reporter, the photographer, he's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
I'd like for y'all to do a quick exercise. Can you raise your hand if your quarterback won a playoff game this weekend? Oh.
Raise your hand if your quarterback didn't lose a playoff game this weekend. And we didn't lose one.
I mean, but you didn't play.
We're not losers.
Also didn't play in
Not
one,
losers.
So
I got to tell you.
That's tough.
The bye week was great again.
Raise your hand if your franchise you root for has 5 Super Bowl rings.
That you won in the 2000s.
Me
in the
me
90s.
Raise
your hand if you won
Get your
one.
weight up.
You won one since my little brother was born.
Up. You might as well root for the Bengals.
Raise your hand if you won one since my little brother was born.
You might as well
Who's in high school?
You might as well root for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you won one since my little brother
You
was born.
don't remember it.
Raise your hand.
Who was your quarterback?
Raise your hand.
You're a Lamar Jackson fan.
Dilfer, come on,
You're not a Ravens fan.
I know my football.
That is not the last time the Ravens won the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco was their quarterback.
Flacco, whatever. Raise your hand last time.
You don't even know.
Don't
You
even
don't
know.
even know.
My little brother
He doesn't
wasn't
even
born.
know.
Don't even know.
He doesn't even know.
My little brother's in high school.
You don't even know. You don't even know. Tell him, brother. You don't even know.
Hey.
You don't even know.
Hey, I'm in the playoffs. Y'all are.
Some of y'all need a sombrero hat.
Hey, no, y'all two.
Big
Them
cap.
two. Them two.
Put it on him.
Oh, what are you
Put
putting-
it
Whoa.
on him.
I'm a winner. Y'all are losers. I don't have to put that on. I won this weekend.
All right,
Both times.
Let's get to 10 things.
I love 10 things.
Yep. Number 1, Grizzlies weekend. All right, so last time we spoke, we were very upset. On Friday, after the Grizzlies lost to the Houston Rockets, Taylor Jenkins blamed himself. Everybody was down and out. And as we've said 100,000 times, you are always one game away from people being happy once again. And certainly that's what took place with the game against Minnesota over the weekend. This was one of the most entertaining games of the entire season. Would you guys agree with this?
Yeah, it was stressful.
This was entertaining.
It was stressful,
Yes.
though, boy.
It
Huh?
was.
That mud was stressful, though, boy.
Oh, buddy.
It was bleak.
It got dark there in the fourth quarter.
They should be.
Ja, I mean, it's hard to describe how bad he was throughout this
Well,
game.
it
And we
wasn't-
were talking about it the whole time, like, bro, what is going on?
Well, how bad it was is it wasn't just like our group text texting.
No.
Like, all of my friends are texting me. What is going? I mean, multiple texts. What is wrong with Ja?
What is going on?
That's why you got two other superstars, though.
And you did have Jerry Jackson Jr., who has been unbelievable all year long. And to wit, here's a graphic that was put up by not NBA Central, but NBA Central about the last, look at these last 6 games that Jerry Jackson Jr. has played.
Yeah.
33-8, 21-8, 35-13, 23-9, 28-6, 38-12, and look,
Somebody is going to get paid
buddy,
this
I mean,
offseason.
look, I mean, if there has ever been a better example of put $300 million on the line and see what you get, you know what I mean?
Yo, that boy locked
This is
in.
this is the ultimate game show, and Jerry Jackson Jr. is playing it
He's locked
Yeah.
in. Boy.
because
He's missed, what, one game this whole year?
well, they got him on an intense bargain for a long amount of
They
time.
will
The
not.
bargain is over.
Yeah, it's not happening
Buddy,
again.
because he has a chance to get all of, I mean, like first team all defense and all NBA is a real thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And obviously make another all-star team. He has been great. And as long as you are one of the top few teams record-wise in a conference, you are going to get the accolades because people are going to look to you and they're going to say, okay, and I know we have joked about this in the past, you know, when they were the 2 seed twice. You remember I did that whole show and I was, when they got like awarded like virtually nothing. And I said, this is historic. It's unbelievable. They're the 2 seed. They're the second best team in a tough conference, and nobody is responsible for it, right? Like, I think people are going to look and they're going to go, this guy is responsible. He's been there every single night. He's been playing. I think it's now 37 straight games
37.
that he has played
He
in. So he
missed,
plays in every game. And not
yeah.
only that, he performs.
He
On
missed
both-
the
on both
opener
ends.
against Utah at Utah, and that's the only game he's missed, I believe.
It's on both ends, too. It's not just offensively.
I mean, it's getting to the point where it's so rare that he has a bad one that it stands, like, you remember it,
No,
and it
he
stands
has-
out,
His
right?
His last clunker was the Oklahoma City. Everybody had a clunker that game, but his last like one that wasn't like a 25 piece was the Oklahoma City. You put the last 6 up, even before the Oklahoma City game, 33, 21, 24.
No, he has been
And 38.
He has been our best player
monster.
this year.
He's been great.
Absolutely.
Look, this game against Minnesota was really good. DiVincenzo had his season high against them. Shout out to Jalen Wells, did an unbelievable job on Edwards all night.
He was so
And
annoyed, by the way.
I give you another little sneaky one that I thought played a massive role in this. And it's weird because you even go back to the playoffs a few years ago and, you know, the way Finch kind of plays. You know, he made Ja's life hell.
Yeah.
Finch did in that series. But who do you remember? That series
Brandon.
was won by Brandon Clark, and that series was won by Desmond Bain.
And
Dev-
Ty has hit some big ones, too.
So
did.
Dev, you tweeted about it on that final
switch?
final play,
Yeah.
because if you see that final switch that happened, Randall on that pick, Randall turns and totally clips Ja.
He takes Ja out of the play.
Takes
He
Ja
took Ja out of the
he
play.
takes Ja completely out of it when he turns. Gets
And
it to
BC
end,
said,
boom,
"Let me jump up."
and BC
Switch.
jumped right up on it. Yeah.
Clark has been a big problem for Minnesota. Even go back to that playoff series a couple of years ago. By the way, can we get how did Anthony Edwards throw Jalen Wells away, and then get a wide open three. That was crazy.
Two-hand shove.
Crazy.
Extendo. We call it the extendo shove. He pushed that
was insane.
Like two-hand push.
Yeah. And it wasn't like there was another body there screening the referee or something. Like
this is one of the craziest things I've seen.
That's
honestly.
Right
like
in the wild. Just wide open in the wild.
Hey, good balance by Jalen Wells, because I almost wish he would have flown to the ground. Because at that point, you have to call it. But, man, he was stumbling, brother. He was,
The thing is, too, like, he missed a shot, too, but, like, the whole night. Jalen was playing the defense where you, like, just hug somebody the whole game.
Yes.
Face guard him.
You could tell Ant was getting so annoyed by it.
Of course he was.
Like, he was just walking up and down the court, just face guarding.
He's done that to Curry, too. He did that to Curry a couple times.
Like, look at that, bro. Look at that push.
Yeah, that's insane.
Shout out Jalen Wells, man. Look at
Jalen Wells. He's stumbling, bro. He's fighting for his life, trying to stay on his feet.
Another one, we talked about it Friday, and he took in the Rockets game in the previous two games, he had 7 combined shots. Edey. He had 7 shots on Saturday night, 5 of them in the first quarter.
Okay.
So they got him the ball.
Yes.
They did feed him.
They did. They threw it up to him. And can we get to the bad, which is, how are you in a game where you took 25 more field goals than your opponent? That is unfathomable. The Grizzlies shot the ball 108 times to 83.
It was one possession where Edey got like 4 rebounds on one possession.
It's throwback, man. Remember the grit and grind?
He was just doing the rebounding drill, bro.
I'll tell you this. It was a good tune-up for having to play Houston again, because they felt like, hey, man, we got pushed around ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so they did the pushing around in this game. I mean, they were unbelievable. But my God, the idea that you needed 25 extra shots is crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good basketball game, though. And obviously, look, this was the first call 12 in a long time where it was, you're in a tight game. Who's your best player? Who's my best player? And this was one of those nights where Ja made it happen and Edwards didn't. Edwards look, that's a wide open look because they didn't call that foul. And he missed those are the big possessions. And it's like, here's your star.
He missed 2. He missed the push-off, then he missed the one BC jumped out on the screen, too.
Right. He missed both of them. Whereas Morant, and I'll say this, I was texting with Brevin even during the broadcast, and I was saying one of the things you can see when Ja gets super frustrated, he's driving to the basket and he's not getting calls. I felt like there was a large portion of that game where Ja was driving to the basket, and he was driving with the intent to gain contact, right? Rather than the intent to score. And this happens a lot within the course of the NBA, right? So the idea is am I driving because I'm going to put this ball in the basket and then whatever happens, or am I driving looking for that contact and now I'm missing the shot, and then I'm pissed that I don't get I might get the contact, but either way, now I'm mad I missed the shot. And you saw the complete opposite when it mattered most. He got hit by Gobert.
Oh, yeah.
I was screaming and won on the first one, the one that tied the game.
Yeah.
That is driving with intent to score, right?
Yeah.
Like he's
big body. He's too little.
He is getting the contact, but he's scoring. I feel like so many times the focus throughout the course of the game can get away from scoring, and then this one is just so insane.
Bro. That's so tough.
Anybody that try to downplay that shot, that is a tough shot.
Hell yeah,
you going through a whole game where you struggling.
I loved him.
That's the one you made.
Look, he went straight to the basket there, and he just made the shot, and he did get fouled on that.
Yeah, he got bumped. Hey, you know how strong up here you got to be too, bro? Like, off a basketball level, like, I went through 3 quarters of this game. I'm not making nothing. Nobody's blowing a whistle for me. I'm frustrated. But when it matters most.
And you heard Taylor Jenkins after the game saying he's built for that.
You got to be up here, bro. You got to be in between the ears.
No, because he was bad.
Strong, bro.
Didn't matter.
Any, like, normal human is like, I ain't got it tonight. I ain't shooting this one.
Hit the 2 biggest shots of the game.
Unbelievable.
Built for it, bro.
That was great.
Tough for
That was a great. I mean,
tough,
dude,
tough
that
one
was
for
that was a fun one on a Saturday night.
tough one for Gobert. I mean,
hate to see it.
Ja goes right
Hate
at
to
you.
see it.
Ja goes right at you. And
I hate to
scores.
see it.
Then he misses the 2 free throws, and then right there over and
Also,
Gobert.
we got 17,000 offensive rebounds,
Yes.
and Jaren had 30 something.
Yeah, tough one.
Even Edie was hitting, like he was stretching the floor at parts. But look, Clark is an issue for them, and he has been.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He's like the cheat code. He's like the one where P do stuff where you can't really put on the box score.
Yep.
The tip outs, the rebounds. Shout out to Desmond Bain too, because that Jaren had the second quarter. I think Dez had the third quarter.
Yep.
Because Dez finally was like, you know what, he got cracking a little bit.
Fun game to watch.
Ja took us home.
Fun game. I mean, I think it's one of those fun games because I think if you're Minnesota, you're going, we let them off the hook. And if you're the Grizzlies, it's like, I mean, how was that even a game anyway when you had 25 more shots in the game? That is unfathomable to have. You just never see that. You never see somebody take 108 shots and the other team take 83 shots, and you needed to make the last 2 in order to win. If they would have lost that game, that is crazy.
Crazy.
You know how good offensively on the other side you have to be to shoot the ball 25 less times than the team?
And they shot
but
57
DiVincenzo was great.
They had 57% from the field. That's not bad.
Dude,
Almost 41 from 3.
that's right.
17 made threes and you lose by 2. That's tough.
17 made threes. But, I mean, look at their line of 57% from the field, 41% from 3. Go find me how many teams have lost a game with those numbers this year. There's no way.
Yeah,
Very
that's
low number.
There's no way someone has lost a game shooting 57% from the field and 41% from 3.
Yeah, I would say
Except the
that.
2025 Timberwolves.
Also, our guy Sean Coleman. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Did you see him post that since it was I think it was 2019, he had this crazy stat about the shots with the chance to win or tie down the stretch, and it was Nikola Jokic and then Ja Morant.
Wow.
Yeah, go look it up.
Let me see, I got
Give me
it.
the exact
Hold on.
number because I don't have it offhand.
Let me see.
I figured you guys had
After
seen
he
it
hit
over
the
the
shot,
weekend.
I probably saw it. Hold on. Let me look.
He posted it yesterday.
Okay, here we go. Best field goal percentage in NBA on combined shot to tar, shot to take lead field goal attempts in the final minute of regulation or overtime.
In the final minute or overtime.
Since 2019-2020, minimum 35 field goal attempts, regular season and playoffs combined. 47.5% Nikola Jokic and 43.2% Ja Morant.
That's unbelievable.
When it's time, bro. Like I said, he don't.
I mean, that
it don't
speaks
matter.
to we've got that guy. He's going to get it done when it matters most.
No matter what's happening in the game, you can give
Yeah.
it to him, bro. By the way, Ant look real fugazi in the light Saturday night, bro.
You didn't like it?
Didn't like it. Didn't like the energy. Didn't like the temperament. Then he just. It's
You
rough
didn't like it.
It's rough for Ant right now.
I love Julius Randle dribbling when it matters.
That's my favorite thing. I always see him.
That's the best.
He never has a destination.
That was my favorite.
He never has a destination.
I'm like, dribble more. I swear to God, if I have to watch Desmond
I was
Bane
about
play
to say
point guard,
that. Dude.
you guys almost saw me lose my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if this dude plays point guard when it matters against pressure, I am going to lose my mind.
ball-
Put him off the ball.
Yeah.
Ball was flying
How
around.
many times do we have to do this? He is not a good enough dribbler to do it.
Dribble.
dribble,
Nope, give me that.
Oh.
Let me get that.
By the way,
Hit the deck.
Dude, DiVincenzo just took out Dez's legs right there, diving
Yes.
for the ball.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they
with
just
you. It was a point in that game when we were talking about the turnovers were getting kind of. It's like, yo, can y'all stop dribbling the ball off your leg, bro? But they won the game. It's fine.
By the way, we won.
away, Vernon, like
and
you
we
say.
won points
One away.
off turnovers. 27-17. We won points off turnovers.
Number 2, wild card weekend. All right, so games were not good. We finally got a good one last night, but the ones leading up to it, this is kind of held serve with what we went through with the college playoff, where it's like, I'm so looking forward to this. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And especially with the way it was in Memphis this weekend, we're all snowed in. I was like, this is going to be perfect. And I'm just going to settle in. I ended up watching college basketball earlier in the day, and then I was like, all right, now it's time for the football games. And that first one was Chargers and the Texans, and it was blah. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans and the Texans because nobody liked their chances in this.
Shout out Justin Herbert once again.
Yeah, Justin Herbert.
Everybody's
Now,
favorite franchise
I will say
quarterback.
this. Look, I will say this on Justin Herbert's behalf. As I am watching that game, I'm like, bro, there's no way your best receiver is a little white rookie. They need to get him. They do need to get him. So he does not have guys to throw to in the same way that other teams do.
No.
That being said,
He does not have
he was
Nico
terrible.
Collins.
He was
He was
terrible.
terrible,
He's
bro.
terrible.
People that-
Elevate your team.
Two people tried to argue with me, Verno.
No, he was bad.
Till they were blue in the face about him.
No, he was bad.
He
was bad.
Come
But
on,
he does
bro.
not. But in
Horrible.
fairness,
Horrible.
they need to get him a number one, like
Yeah.
a hardcore number one receiver, right? They tried obviously with Quentin, and it's a disaster. But
I agree. Herbert's been sus for a while.
Oh, now
Where it's
y'all want
like,
to call
hey,
him sus.
he's got all the tools, but it's like,
oh no. I have never been. You remember?
No, I'm talking about him.
Oh
I'm talking about
yeah,
him.
he wants. You still want him over Dak?
Him and Darnell were Justin Herbert is such a great man.
no.
Shut that shit up, man.
My point was,
Yeah, he just thinks he's handsome.
That's why what it is. It's the
You
hair.
just like his
the hair
handsome.
throws. The hair throws
You
y'all
just
off.
like his hair. Yeah, and you love Harbaugh.
no, I do
Take an L.
I do love Harbaugh.
Yeah, take an
I
L.
do love Jim Harbaugh.
Take it out.
No,
It's not as easy when you don't know the other team's plays.
no. My point was, I think that NFL GMs. It may change, and maybe Jaden Daniels might go up there, but I thought it would be Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Burrow, and I bet you NFL GMs they would take Herbert fifth.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying, however you regard him, NFL teams regard him as something better than that.
Win something.
I agree with you. Win
My
something.
favorite nickname was Bill Simmons last year, calling him Justin 500, and I've never
great
forgotten
name.
that. Justin 500 is a hilarious nickname.
That is a great nickname.
They call him Phillip
what he
Rivers
is.
with less kids. That's what the chat called him. Phillip Rivers with less kids.
Rivers won playoff
No.
games.
Hey, look, if Phillip Rivers played in the playoff game with a torn ACL, put some respect on my man's
He
name.
did. But I just want all this
And then
Justin
went and had
Herbert.
another kid.
But honestly,
The Justin
who-
Herbert glazing was crazy.
But it is crazy. Who on offense would you want from their team that's not an offensive lineman, right? Like, seriously.
I don't want Ladd. I'm
like,
good on him.
literally.
You'd
each-
want Ladd McConkey on your team.
It's
That
a-
kid's good.
His name is Ladd.
I
but
got
he's
you.
good.
Ladd McConkey.
Well, no,
Okay.
he said he wouldn't want him.
So
I'm
where,
like, you want him.
And Dobbins was the Ravens running back like 3 years
So
ago.
was Gus Edwards.
So was Gus Edwards.
So was Gus Edwards.
Oh, no, it's very similar.
Harbaugh saw him
It's
and was like,
very
you know what?
similar. Because I think their offensive coordinator is Greg Roman now, too.
He ain't got nobody, man.
Yeah, Harbaugh
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I see them in the Ravens uniform.
And I'll tell you
love
this,
it.
underrated, bro, those two linemen for the Texans, and especially Anderson.
Anderson's awesome. Anderson's
They got
awesome.
it done. CJ Stroud playoff win, man.
Him
Good
and
for him.
what's the other kid's name? Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter, the kid
Danielle
that
Hunter?
came from the Vikings.
Yeah, boy, they were on his ass, and that is one of the things that that game, and then you saw as the rest of the games played out. Look at the teams that were able to truly get pressure on quarterbacks, and look at the guys that were able to play clean. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there was a massive difference between those. But look, the play of the game in the Texans game is where it all broke down, and Stroud just had to make a crazy play, keeping his eyes downfield, sprinting to the sideline, and then hitting that long one where he was in his own territory. He's within his own 5-yard line. He was, boy, that was a good moment for
You're
Stroud.
speaking of that with the clean pocket. Do you know this season the quarterback who had the longest time to throw the ball from a clean pocket per down?
Who's that?
It was-
Josh Allen.
It was Sam Darnold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Unsurprised. Yeah.
Got time to find your weapons.
Look, McConkey was obviously awesome. Hey, look, he played his first playoff game. He had 9 catches on 197 yards, but he's literally the only guy.
Literally the only. Well, dude, because
Yeah.
he threw one. Herbert had like a 2nd and 19 in the first half, and just threw a dart right to their tight end, whatever the guy's name is, right in the hands, and the dude just dropped.
Texas
it.
did a
And
good
it's like-
job, and then I texted you guys during the game. I was like, for years we always joked about the underrated Keenan Allen, right? If everybody talks about him all the time, but talks about him in the sense that he's underrated, and I was texting you guys, I was like, bro, every time I'm watching NFL games that feature the Texans, I'm always like, dude, Joe Mixon is awesome.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys to me that's one of those all right, that guy is. he's not a star, right? Nobody's excited. Nobody's walking around trying to sell you Joe Mixon rookie cards, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
And they got some weapons. Him and Collins both.
Nico
They
Collins.
got look, and Stroud showed up. Stroud, big game player, man.
Yeah.
He's a big game player. He had the one scramble. He had the one throw as he was sprinting to the sideline. That game sucked, but I was pretty impressed with what the Titans brought to the table. Second game was the Ravens and the Steelers. I mean, I have never seen something more alpha than running the ball 13 consecutive times.
And then scoring, baby. 13 runs, 13 plays, a tutty, dog.
Yeah.
Yo,
They lined up and said,
to not have to pass the ball.
Whoa.
And then poor Mika Fitzpatrick in the line of fire. Is there anything worse? Can you imagine what must go through your head when you're standing there flat-footed trying to get into a stance and you see Derrick Henry
full
running at
speed,
you?
full speed.
I mean, that's got to be one of the top 5 worst experiences.
And it's also freezing cold.
And it's
like,
cold.
I got
Even
no
old
interest
buddy
in that.
Queen, what's his name?
Patrick Queen.
He went over to the Steelers and he didn't even want to touch Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be he was like, yo, I'm not tackling this dude.
Because, let's just say, if you're in the NBA, Anthony Black had a time to jump up and then he, just turtles, right?
Yeah.
So you could try to get out. You can't get out of the way. You've got to try to tackle this guy. And instead, he's just face palming you and he's throwing you down by your head.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Because the thing is, he's
Yeah.
running towards you. Even if you run away, he'll chase you to stiff arm you. By the way, shout out Todd Monken. You see this clip that was floating around? Todd Monken, offensive coordinator. They're like, let's see what he's gonna do. He was using Derrick Henry as a wildcat and using LJ as the wraparound and just making wide open holes for Derrick Henry to run through. Y'all, I just sent y'all the clip if y'all can play it at any time. But
Oh, did you see
was cooking, boy.
Did you see the one where they asked Lamar about the play where Henry ran away from everybody?
yeah.
During
Lightning McQueen.
He said it was like watching. He's like, it was like a movie. He's like, I was watching a movie.
Something about Derrick Henry is, dude, he is still faster than everybody, man.
Look, you got Derrick Henry in the Wildcat. Watch Lamar. Watch him take 2. Watch Lamar take 2.
And likely in the back.
Take 2, and now he's gone. Good luck.
God.
You can't stop that.
Watch this.
Little boy.
Get off me. That is the worst. That is so. I mean, God,
Ooh, that's grown man football right there, boy.
unbelievable. How pathetic were the Steelers?
No.
They were.
No. I'm not letting y'all do that.
They have not led a game since the beginning of December.
Yeah. They fell apart.
They said
Led a
Mike,
game.
Mike Thomas listen to their radio show.
Ricky Smiley in the
Smiley
morning.
show. And he said he ain't calling a football game. He
Yeah.
listened to Ricky Smiley in the morning.
It's tough.
All right, the next game on Sundays, we had the Packers and the Eagles. Packers and the Eagles.
Shout out Luke, man.
I was so disgusted.
Are
by
we just
Jordan
skipping
loving
over the Bills
Packers.
and the Broncos?
Oh yeah, well I was gonna get to it,
Okay.
but I'm going to Packers and Eagles because I was like super hopeful for that to be an awesome game. That's the one we circled as like, okay, that's the best one, like the one that's gonna be most competitive. That's the best matchup.
Yeah.
That game sucked. Terrible. Like Jordan Love threw it to the other team, and Jalen Hurts hardly threw it at all. And then I've got to watch it. I tell you this: there is nothing funnier than watching that game and Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady, and they show AJ Brown reading a book on the sideline, and they're like, "Well, that's Burkhardt's like, oh, that's pretty cool," and I'm like, "What planet am I on? Like, how is this happening?" And then after the game, it's like all this celebration of AJ Brown reading a book on the side. I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
If they lose, that is framed as, what the hell else am I going to do? I don't ever get the ball. I might as well read a book. You know what I mean? But they won, and now, evidently, AJ Brown has changed this author's life. Darren Ravel posted this morning that Jim Murphy, who wrote this book that AJ Brown was reading, Inner Excellence, went from 552,000. That's where it was in the rankings on Amazon. It was the 552,000th ranked book in terms of purchases. It is number 1 today.
Oh, let's go.
Number 1.
shout out
So
A.J.
A.J. Brown did change this guy's life for sure by reading Inner Excellence. That is outrageous to be reading a book on the sideline. What?
You gotta tap in, bro.
That is crazy.
What?
It's Inner
Why
Excellence.
is this so?
It's probably to keep him from going crazy.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
if that was a cowboy,
I've been on your
people would
ass.
be going crazy.
I mean, because y'all would have probably lost the game.
They'd be going nuts.
Yeah.
If CeeDee Lamb cracked open a book on the sideline,
No.
oh my God!
You already missed. No, you
Bro, you
missed your
It
count.
it makes me resent this so much. Like, bro, if John Morant was reading a book in the middle of an NBA game, we think that's insane.
Yeah.
He was trying to stop him crashing out, bro.
And then he's like, I do this all the time. I bring that book to every game. Like, what?
No, you don't.
No, you
AJ,
don't.
AJ, no,
you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
This is, look at this.
He's been.
Hey, Jalen Hurts, that was to you to throw him the damn ball, bro. He's like, I'm gonna read this book because this dude won't throw me the ball.
I've never seen him read. I've just seen the book in his
By the
hand.
way,
Yeah, dude, he had one catch and he's pissed off, so he pulls out a book. That's what happened. He's not getting inner excellence. He doesn't need to repeat to himself the messages and the thoughts of this book. That is ridiculous.
By the way, you know how extreme you got to be to take a book to the sideline to like prepare for this?
Yes.
Like you got to prepare for this moment.
Yes.
Like the book just doesn't appear.
He knew the game plan. He was like, well, I ain't getting the ball.
Are we gonna act like? Are we gonna act like?
I'm bringing the book with me.
He's like, I bring it to every game. Are we gonna act like every Eagles game is not on national television?
Every NFL game is
Every
broadcast
game.
by a big
Bro,
company.
if A.J. Brown was ever reading a book on the sideline, or any player was reading a book on the sideline, people would be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's weird.
He had one catch. He's pissed.
He was-
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, oh, no, I just like to do this to reiterate the thoughts and programs.
By the way,
Shut up,
you
It's
say you changed
crazy.
the author's life. The chat let me know the author is now passed to the other side.
Jim Murphy?
Yeah, so the,
Oh, no.
the family's probably getting the residuals.
So he did
then.
not change his life.
He did not
He
change
didn't change his
life.
life.
No, he's still up
No.
there. He's
Did
still up
not
there,
change
bro.
his life.
He's still up there on the other side. He didn't come back to life.
You're right. It would be a bigger deal if CeeDee Lamb had, but you missed your mark earlier, and you say, just what if Dak Prescott threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game like Justin Herbert did? That Justin Herbert, you can say Justin Herbert's not getting enough heat because what if Dak Prescott had done that?
What if he did that?
I would say that.
Bro, if CeeDee Lamb had one catch and was reading a book, nobody would even talk about the outcome of any other football game yesterday.
That's true.
It's like none of the games even happened.
Well, they won.
That's true.
But they won, bro.
They can go to hell.
What? Whoa. Okay, don't let that ego hate get to you, bro. They got the dub, man.
The other one, we've got the Bills game where they scored 31 straight points.
It spiraled on Denver. It did. It was 13-7.
Looked good at the beginning.
And
Yeah, look good.
that freaking catch, that throw that Josh Allen did, and that catch, and was it Ty Johnson in the back of the end zone?
I think you said it best, but the rest are like, bro, that's way too dope for them not to call it a touchdown.
I can't overturn this.
Yeah, you can't overturn that. That was insane.
They went and looked in the hood, and the guy. This is the first time the refs ever go in the hood. He go, "Oh my god, that was awesome!"
Dude, that
More
was
people
4th
should do
down.
that. Like with dunks in basketball, with charges, catches in football. If the play is so dope,
If the awesomeness and it's close,
Yes.
then you have to let it stand
Just
because
let
of
it go.
awesomeness.
yeah,
Right.
no in between. But yeah, that was it flipped up.
And it's 4th down.
Just-
And Josh Allen, the play, he was going to run the ball. Like,
Yes.
the play was him to roll out and run to the edge. And it wasn't there. That dude's like,
He is a truck too.
Dude, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, next week's gonna be a battle.
Oh, I know.
Can't wait.
Allen and Lamar is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is. It's been 1 and 2 all year.
Hey, MVP, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
And the
even-
votes are already in, evidently.
Yeah.
So that's going to go one way or the other,
Well,
right?
I would bet
no.
Lamar. Lamar got first team All Pro.
Right.
So, I mean, I would bet he
But
wins
it's going to
it.
go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right? Tell you what, in the mixing line of things, Cook's like that as well,
He's good.
right?
Cook is good.
He is.
Cooking.
And he runs hard.
Yeah.
He runs hard. Like these guys, you want Cook in this kind of spot. Like, I'll say this for the Packers. They had Jacobs is the kind of guy you want for playoff football. It's just Jordan Love stunk, and they all got hurt. Like, everybody, like the
They
Packers
all started
just kept
dropping.
Yes.
Yeah, they were dropping.
They
like
were dropping.
flies.
Yeah, they did.
Would you say, Roser, in the group chat? Was that you that said it? They're dropping
Yes.
like flies.
They're dropping like flies.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Anyways, Bills, mega impressive against Denver. Denver was not just happy to be there, but nobody really thought that they were. As I said on Friday, if they were to beat Denver, that would have been the most shocking. Or, I mean, if they were to beat the Bills, that would have been the most shocking of the outcome. So we do get that matchup that we want that is set up. And then last night's game was the best one,
It was
which is the
amazing.
Commanders and the Bucks. And that really felt like it really could have gone either way. You had a couple of horrible errors in judgment that took place during this game, but all in all, this is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels not turning the ball over and then having the big plays when it mattered most. And he's got a connection with McLaurin that is just a big problem for people. You know what I mean?
when
Like,
it
that's a
matters.
real connection. And they couldn't get the heat on him enough. And even when they did, he escaped it, right? He was able to do it with his feet.
He takes some shots too, boy. That boy be when he get hit, he be flying.
The fumble that they had on the jet sweep looking play is one that Baker will that's going to haunt you till the end of time because it swung the game. And then evidently this morning there's a story out about how, I didn't know this, but Zane Gonzalez is his name, right? The kicker.
The dude that was like rubbing his head like 35 times.
They
before he kicked the
say
ball?
evidently he has been very vocal about his severe OCD. Like, he's a guy that always messes with his socks and always messes with his shoe and has to tie and retie his shoe, and then he has to pull up a thing. Like, he's just got like all these twitches. I didn't know this.
My God.
So as I'm watching him last night fix his hair, he would not put his helmet on. He just kept fixing his hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way this guy's making this kick.
He's like,
He's about to spray it.
yeah, bro.
And he damn near
He
did.
almost said if he would have been about 2 yards back, he would have.
The doink to win it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird way to win a football game.
And look, congrats to
Look
Dan
at watch,
Quinn.
look at my guy.
Look at this.
Look
Was
at, he
look,
took it
look,
off. Let me make sure my hair. Even though you
Look at this.
That's-
Look, he won't put it back on.
like a nervous tick.
I'm
bro.
like, oh, buddy, this guy. Look. That's
like-
right before he's about to kick the game winner.
If you showed me that clip, I'll be like, yeah, this dude. But
Oh, I'd have bet anything.
It's gonna fly.
Yes, this thing is about to get shanked.
Hey, but he got it done. Hey, shout out Jaden Daniels, doing.
You know you have severe OCD when you're fixing your hair
yeah.
to put it in a helmet.
Oh yeah, and he barely got hair.
Yeah, he
Ain't
doesn't even
like
have
you got
hair.
long hair, bro. Like, what are you talking about? By the way,
That'd be torture
what doing that?
to live like that.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
to like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Horrible.
You talk about this all the time about how like when you put certain quarterbacks in different certain schools of so
Yep.
and so and so, you seeing it with Jaden Daniels right now because
Kingsbury.
he's everything that we talk about Caleb Williams being, right? But he
Yep.
get put in a good situation. Cliff Kingsbury put him in good situations. He looked like the rookie of the year. Won his first playoff game.
And what they've got to hope is that Kingsbury doesn't get hired away.
Yeah.
Or that, and I saw a really good clip of Peyton Manning this morning, and he was talking about how you look at these guys, and whether it was, he mentioned Baker Mayfield. He was on with my buddy Kevin Clark. And he was talking about developing quarterbacks. And one of the things he said was, if you are, he goes, there's nothing that can replace it. And there's certainly these instances, whether it is Mahomes, whether it is Aaron Rodgers or whoever, right? He goes, but I went on the field immediately and we went 3-13. And because I went through all of that, then by the second year, we were 13-3, right? And he's talking about, so there's nothing that's going to replace the in-game stuff. And he goes, but if you are drafting a quarterback, then you want to have that coach alongside with him, and then whoever is putting together the playbook and putting together the plays, he goes, whoever is your offensive coordinator, then whoever you have with him knows literally everything. He knows the way it works. He knows the way it goes. He sleeps in the same, right? He's with this guy more than his wife. So if he leaves, we've still got what we've got. And he goes, and you can say whatever you want. He goes, but I played whatever it was, 15 straight years with the same system. Tom Brady played 18 straight years or whatever it was with the same system. He's like, these guys, Caleb Williams is going to be on his 4th play caller or whatever it is.
Exactly.
By next year. He's like, you can't just keep on making these guys relearn offensive playbooks and having different play callers.
Bryce Young's the same way. They say he switched play callers so many times already, like 3 years.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, the stability of that. And so that way, like you were saying with the whole Kingsbury thing, if Kingsbury leaves, hopefully Dan Quinn has got somebody in line that knows that whole, like, we're still going to run this, right? This is what we're running, and I have learned this from this guy. Instead of, we're just going to hire an all-new offensive coordinator, and now a guy's got to learn new plays. He's got to learn new terminology. He's got to learn new blocking schemes. He's got to learn. And you just do such an incredible disservice to young quarterbacks over and over and over again. Yeah. Let them learn something, because by the time they learn it, they still haven't even mastered it, and now they've got to learn something completely different.
Yep. And what do you expect? A lot of them coordinators come in and shape it around the talent, like Lamar, for instance, right?
Yep.
It ain't like, let me do this thing to fit what I want to do. It's like, I got this talent. I'm gonna make this offense around this talent. I ain't finna just try to put a round peg in a square hole. So shout out to Jaden Daniels, man. First win for the Commanders since 2006 in the playoffs. Yep. You know the number 1 song in 2006, Vernon?
No.
Last won a playoff game.
No.
Does Soulja Boy tell him?
It is "If You Had a Bad Day" by Daniel Powter.
Oh, had a bad day. I like the Chipmunks version.
Yeah, I know the Chipmunks version.
That was in the Chipmunks movie.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Sean.
Alvin really goes on that.
Number 2 was "Temperature" by Sean Paul. Those are number 2 songs.
I got that.
If you get us pulled down from YouTube for this,
I mean, it does sound the same. They might think we're just playing it.
No, that's not how it sounds.
They might think we're playing it.
I don't know what happened to Sean Paul, but he was a. You know what happened to Sean Paul? Is he alive?
I don't know. Maybe he was with Jim Murphy.
Come on, bro.
Oh yeah, he's still
By the way,
around.
they corrected that Jim Murphy's alive.
He's 52 years old.
The chat's corrected him. Jessica was wrong. I took Jessica's thought because Jessica's the one that's in the books and that kind of stuff.
Jessica said he's dead.
Jessica said he was dead.
Not only is he not dead, he's 52.
Jessica tried to kill him.
Then she retracted the statement that he was dead.
No, Sean Paul's 52.
Sean Paul's 52.
Oh. Darren Ravel put that out. I mean, you would figure if he was dead, he wouldn't have said he changed his life. How am I getting fact checked on my own show?
Well, we just want to make sure. Sometimes you know.
This is why Zuckerberg got rid of it.
Sometimes we gotta. Sometimes we gotta make sure you're on the right track. That's what we're here for.
You guys killed a guy.
We're the research.
Not me.
We're the research department.
Huh?
We're the research department.
Do your job.
We're trying.
Like Bill Belichick. Do your job. You killed an author.
I didn't do research on him.
JB killed an author.
Who?
JB
Jessica Benson killed an author.
Well, you related, so it's
That's
all
crazy.
So look,
that's crazy.
Look, when I send y'all something that somebody else said, y'all call me fake news. So Dev, you repeated what somebody else said, so that's fake news.
I don't think.
So that's fake
here's
news.
the problem. You're like seriously 1 for 10 on breaking news to us that's real.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's
like
big
one
cap.
out of every
group chat
10.
this weekend. You sent us something in the group chat this weekend.
1 out of every 10
send y'all
things you
anything this
send us
weekend.
is true.
It's big cap.
It was the Drew Allen thing. It was the Drew Allen thing you sent us this weekend.
Yeah, it was Drew Allen
That wasn't
running
this weekend. That was Thursday. By the way, your Notre Dame bet still would have won. So you're welcome.
That's not the same thing.
Number 3.
Still would have won.
Ohio State's in the national championship after beating Texas. Look, I'll be on my deathbed and never understand how Texas ran a toss sweep from the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that could have been. Everything about it infuriated me because number 1, I had Texas. Number 2, It robbed us of that. Could have been absolutely epic. You just get the 1 yard, you tie that game, and it's like, oh, this is an all-timer, right? Because now you've got this is clutch time, and you're about to see these two teams go at it, and somebody's going to get a chance to play in the national championship. Instead, this dagger, because Jack Sawyer, who is, if that ain't friggin' Andy Katzenmoyer, AJ Hawk, they always have these guys.
John Laurinaitis.
He's just the new version.
John
Yes.
Laurinaitis, all them like aggressive ass.
Bosa, just these guys. Yeah, and he gets the sack and then the return, the scoop and score.
I told y'all, bro, it was gonna come down to them
85
QBs, man.
It was crazy,
Euros was not built for it,
bro. And you look. Fair, I get to come by this honest. From the first quarter, I was texting you guys free arch.
Yeah.
All the way to the end. Bro,
did
you're at
text-
the one. Put that big son of a bitch in and let him get 1 yard. Sneak it with him. He's huge. And he loves contact.
Yeah, he does.
And he can run.
They did
Oh, my God. All the way to the end. All the way to the end. I can't believe it.
It was going nowhere, boy.
I mean, there's 3 minutes left in this game. This game's probably going to overtime.
That's the goofiest.
Probably
play right
going to overtime.
That's
oh my
insane.
God.
That's one of those things where we talk about.
That's seriously one of the worst play calls. Like, when all anybody could think about was the Russell Wilson throw.
Yes. That's
Right.
up there. That's up there.
It's from the one.
Yeah, it's from the one.
The other time you remember somebody having a chance to win a title and screwing it up from the 1 yard line, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, just give the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Hey, that's one of those
What are
things
you
where
doing?
We talk about these coaches think they're the smartest people in the world, right? They overthink stuff. That was overthinking it.
Bro.
Live in effect. I play Madden. You play Madden.
That will haunt you for the rest, forever.
HB dive, FB dive, right through the middle, bro.
In fairness,
Go Ohio State, baby.
the guy, our buddy Kenny Dillingham, he's gonna be haunted forever for giving up 4th and 18
Right,
or
yeah.
4th and
To
13, whatever.
Texas.
But that was right. So I guess karma. They should have won that. They shouldn't have won that Arizona State game. They
No.
should not have won that game.
No.
A, they had the targeting that did not get called on
Right.
them because they're Texas, and B, they completed a miracle
Yeah.
on that 4th
was
and
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Arizona State outgained them.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Ohio State, baby.
Buckeyes.
And now they're going to play against Notre Dame.
You left out on your Ohio State
Yeah.
white linebackers. You left out the great Pete Werner too.
Shout out Pete Warner.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to him.
They're going to play against Notre Dame.
The lineage.
Notre Dame's down. Like, they lost one of their best offensive linemen
They did.
in the game. And they said that, I was reading this morning, after he went down, the kid, hold on. I think I might have it saved here. I can tell you exactly what it said. Because I think I saved it this morning. It was some crazy stat about this freshman that had taken over. Anthony Knapp is going to miss the College Football Playoff National Championship game with a high ankle sprain he sustained in the Orange Bowl in their win over Penn State. It said right guard Rocco Spindler is expected to play, but will have to recover during the week. Okay, Knapp had a solid season after winning the starting left tackle job as a true freshman. The Roswell, Georgia native started all 15 games for the Fighting Irish and did not allow a sack in his final 9 games. He was only the 3rd true freshman offensive lineman to start for Notre Dame in a season opener. And then it says when he went down in the game, senior Tosh Baker entered the lineup against Penn State and allowed 5 hurries and a sack in 61 snaps.
Sheesh.
Wow. So,
They're losing him.
it was a big drop.
Yeah.
Big drop.
Hey,
I do think that line it's gonna be tough, especially if you lose your best guy to hold up
yeah, it's A right now.
against Ohio State.
It's A right now. It opened at 9.5. Who you ride with in that? Who you ride
it's
with right
coming
now?
on.
Currently on this Monday. Before
I
we
don't know.
recap.
I probably would not. I probably wouldn't lay 8. I think I would tease that down.
To a below a touchdown.
But I know there's gonna be one of the most popular teasers in the history of the world that takes place this weekend. I heard Simmons and Sal talking about it. So look at that line for the Chiefs game.
Let's see. Score.
It's like they didn't make it outside of teaser range.
7.5.
Okay. So now I could get Ohio State 2, Chiefs 1.5. Like, who's not doing that?
Ooh.
Is anybody not doing that?
Yeah.
So what? Which one screws it up? Which one screws
more
it up?
likely, maybe the
If you tease it down, I would say Ohio State
Ohio
ruins it
State
more
probably.
likely.
Would be the one that screws it
I
up.
won't believe 15 is gonna lose until he loses.
Yeah.
As much as I
That's how I
despise
Yeah, I
him.
don't believe that Chiefs are losing to the Texans.
Yeah, my boy hair transplant finna make history. So by the way, somebody sent me this weekend. They're on the case. My
Who?
people are on the case about Mark Freeman. What's his name?
Yeah,
Marcus
Marcus
Freeman.
Freeman.
They're on the case. They sent me some old photos of him and sent me some current photos of him. They are on the case.
People love his hairline. They even bring it up.
They're saying that's hair transplant, bro.
What's that?
Rogaine.
Well, so what? That's not Rogaine. Rogaine is a medicine.
Oh,
you can get it. You can
what's hair
get
transplant?
It's a hair transplant.
That's
what it's called.
I can't rock with that.
Why not?
I can't.
You would get it.
Stop.
If you were going
what I gotta
bald-
do? What I gotta do that for? Look at my hair.
I know, but
hair's
if you were
beautiful.
going bald, you wouldn't get a hair
I
transplant.
just had to go home. Come home, bro.
Really?
I'm gonna have to come.
You would rather be bald.
Shout out to my dog.
I
Jalen
don't believe
downstairs.
you.
You don't think
I don't believe you.
You don't think I want to be bald?
No, I do not think
think
you would want to be bald.
You for real?
Yep.
Nah, I look. I want to be bald.
You would not want to be
Being
bald.
bald. is crazy.
You would get it.
Shout out Jalen. My bad.
Yeah.
I can't put smut on bald people because my boy Jalen downstairs.
But you would.
He got the cue ball.
Yeah, but you got. Look, bald guys built different.
They are built different.
Yeah.
They are built different.
different.
Yeah, because I ain't really got no beard either, bro. Because if you do the ball, you got to do like the beard combo.
Yep.
Which I understand why Gary doesn't do it. He looks like a baby, like a Gerber baby, like the bald head and like the no face. But
He can't do that.
yeah, he can't do
He
it.
can't do that because his neck runs into his face.
It's all together.
He doesn't have a chin. He just have a neck that runs into his face.
It's all
He
together.
knows.
That's tough.
He
That's
knows.
tough.
Dude, the guy. Hey, we go over to James Davis. My boy Rob over at James Davis. This dude told me one time. Gary will tell you. This dude told me one time. He said, he, in terms of like, it's. When you have to get your shirts
Yeah,
like
they
custom
measure.
made, your neck and your length and whatever, he has unheard of statistic. He said, there's never been a shape like this, ever. Never been a shape.
Built different.
Yeah.
He's built different. He's built different.
Bro, his neck is like close to his waist. Like,
Oh my God.
this man's got like a 23-inch neck and a 32-inch waist.
That's tough.
Ask him.
I'm gonna ask him about it next
He'll tell
time.
you.
I'm like, bro, what's up? What happened to James
used
Davis,
to do
bro?
this, bro. He used to do this bit for custom-made shirts. There you go. And Rob was like, I never even.
Like, so if I put
Bro, Rob turns that in for like the custom-made.
yeah.
And they think he wrote it down wrong. Like that's not even a real. Those can't be the parameters, bro.
Yeah, it can't be. That's
It
tough.
can't be.
That can't be, bro.
No one has that neck size and that arm length.
He built like a
No one
creative
has
player.
He's 101, bro.
I'm gonna ask Gary to borrow a shirt.
He really is built different.
Yeah, he's built different.
Yeah, built
He's
different.
101.
Head to toe, 1 of 1. Gary is
LaMelo, Carry, take
Gary's 101,
He's
bro.
101, man.
He's 101. Unique, bro. Rare. That's a rare find.
Shout out GP, man. People said I'm obsessed with my hair. Yes, bro, my hair looks good. Why don't I not be obsessed with it?
You're obsessed with your hair?
I'm not obsessed with it. I just like the way my hair looks. People are like, oh, you're always like twirling your hair. Like, yeah, it's hair. Would you wish you had hair like this? If you could grow dreads, would you grow dreads?
Sure. Why not? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you? I'm not gonna.
I mean, it's never even been an option.
Nah,
not
dude. My hair doesn't grow like that. I grow mullet.
Number
does.
4.
My hair grows all mullety.
Tigers rat tail roser.
It does, dude. It absolutely
He gets a rat tail.
I get
You
that.
get like the little flip.
Yeah, a little rat tail
dude.
roser.
I get the Joe Dirt. I get the RT. Yeah, I get that RT back there. It's wild. My hair has no chill.
Tame it, bro.
No
crazy.
chill, man.
All right, number 4, Tigers escape against ECU.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Look,
what the hell happened?
If you
here?
show somebody like who
They
never
played
seen
like crap.
Yeah.
So look here. You want me to be positive, Paulie? They played like crap and won. Is that good? I mean,
that's probably the best way you
Okay.
can put it.
Look, you're not going to be. Look, you're not
they
going to be.
played like crap and won, and Haggerty was awesome.
You're not going to be
because he had to be.
Yeah, you're not going to be great in all these conference games. The competition sucks. So, like, you acting like they're Mississippi State or Ole Miss or Auburn or, any of the other good teams that you've played, like, it's going to be tough to.
Huge game for the other
that excited.
team, and
Yes,
for you,
right.
it's uninspiring.
You don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Like Tyrese Hunter even said that he was like, bro, he's pissed off the way they played the second half.
Well, and they had a dead beat crowd because it was a snow day. People weren't even getting out and about. When I went out about one time on Saturday. Bro, there was nobody out. Nobody.
Hey,
And the streets were. I'll give you. Look, City of Memphis deserves big credit.
They did a good job.
They did a good job this time.
They really did.
They did a good job.
'Cause I will say,
MLGW, too.
Yep,
I
good
was-
job by you.
I went somewhere. I'll talk about it when we get to number 6. I went somewhere Saturday too, and it was crowded.
Yeah.
Crowded.
I mean, the street, all the major streets were fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
yeah, they were perfect.
So they obviously put an onus on getting the plows out, and like I've always said, like this, I've lived here since 2000, and I mean, we are so poorly equipped to deal with snow,
Yeah.
and yet this time it did not feel that way.
No, Poplar was
that way.
even when I left here
There
on
was a lot
Friday.
of snow, bro.
When I left here on Friday, I sent y'all a picture. Union, perfect. Poplar,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, that's on Friday.
That was
and it was a
Friday.
lot of snow, a lot.
They did a good job this time.
They
They
did a good
prepared
job.
for it.
Anyway, back to the Tigers. Look, they won.
They won.
That's the only good thing we could say. They won.
Like if you show somebody who never seen a basketball game this game though, bro, they would probably hate this sport.
Oh my god.
Because I watched that game and I was like, oh my god.
What'd you think about my boy at ECU's hair?
What, the Dennis Rodman joint? Walker, CJ Walker, my cousin? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that.
Hey, as he was balling out in that second half, I for sure looked up if he had another year. I was like, oh, he's going to be a Tiger next year. That's a penny handshake guy. He's a fifth-year senior. He's not coming.
He can't spin the blood.
I thought for sure. Oh, anytime I watch a guy from another team go off on Memphis, I'm like, oh, this is handshake recruitment.
handshake
And so
line.
I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he'd been in college.
He'd for sure be a Tiger next year.
He's been in college for like 8 years.
He was a problem.
I think he was
He was a problem in the second half of that game.
I think he might have been a penny recruit too at the beginning.
Oh, really?
I think he may have been. I think I remember that name. That's probably where I remember the name from. But they suck though, bro. They are. Oh boy, it's tough. Everybody, like you said, be on the watch. Any team they play what? Temple next.
Yeah, Temple. Temple of the Dog.
They got one person
They're going
that can hoop.
hungry.
They'll be a Tiger next year, bro.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Virtually anybody. So right now, they're 33 in Ken Palm right now. Their next game is against Temple on Thursday. That's who they play this week.
Is it here? Is it here?
It is away. Their next two games are away. They play Temple and Charlotte, and then their next home game will be a week from Thursday against Wichita.
Bro.
And actually, that's a it's a 2-game stretch where they're going to be at home, where it's Wichita and UAB. So at least there's a couple good ones.
Worst conference in the history.
Yeah,
bro.
it sucks.
You said
It sucks.
Temple and Wichita.
Yeah, Wichita.
Good.
So they're on the road for 2 games, and then they're back home for 2 games. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. When we were watching the Grizzly game, did Pranica? I meant to go check this during the game. I'm only mentioning this because I just said they have 2 at home and 2 on the road. And the Grizzlies' schedule's been weird. We just played 2 home games, and now they're on the road for 4 and whatever. He said during the game, it was some extreme number. It was like 13 or 18 or something like that. Games in a row that Minnesota has played at a different, they've played at a different stadium. They have not played 2 home games or 2 road games in a row for it was something, it was double digits.
Since
and I was
December
like,
21st. That's the last time they had 2 games at the crib. 19th and the 21st, and they played 3 on the road at Atlanta, at Dallas, at Houston, 1 in San Antonio, back at Oklahoma City, back to the crib versus Boston, won at Detroit, went to L.A.
No, they came home and played the Clippers.
They came home, played Clippers, then they went on the road, New Orleans, Orlando, then played Memphis Saturday night.
Yeah.
They have not played 2 consecutive games at home?
Since December 19th,
19th
December
and
21st. Yeah.
It's January 13th.
Yeah, that's
How did that happen?
yeah, that's
That is a crazy schedule.
yeah. And it's like a lot of
He
back
said
and,
they have not played. He said that during the game, and I'm like, how is that even possible?
and it's like weird travel too. You play at the crib against LA, then you play at New Orleans, at Orlando.
How many games is it? Can you guys count it?
One.
What did he say? Was it 13 or 18 or it was something like that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, yep, 11. 11 games. So the Golden State game will be the 12th and the 13th. So
Oh,
yeah.
I guess he said that Jalen's saying the 25th and the 27th they played at home.
No, this is December. It's at Dallas, at Houston.
Oh, they will play at home.
They will play at home. Okay.
That'll be the first time.
And
Okay.
we've only had a one-off at home twice this year. We have, if I'm reading this
It's just
right.
a crazy thing to happen during an NBA season.
That is
Like, when
weird.
we've been
how do you
home,
get the
we've
fans
been
don't
home.
Get a chance to really enjoy everything. Like you get
Yeah.
momentum in the fans. Like, oh, they're gone already.
But also, as soon imagine how pissed off you would be. You get when you go home, you never go home for an extended amount of time.
yeah, that's rough scheduling, bro. Who they piss off at the NBA?
I don't know. Bizarre though.
Yeah, that's crazy. You never see that for NBA teams. Then Jalen said they don't play back to back at home until late in January.
They do have, though, coming up in February.
You just gotta keep your bags packed all the time.
Yep.
They do have in February and in March. They do have two 5-game homestands.
So they make up for it.
Yeah,
Make up
Yeah.
for it then
Yeah.
later in the season.
Still weird though.
It's still weird. Number 5. So on Saturday morning, I got up and I was like, "Hey, what am I gonna watch?" I text y'all and I said, "Yo, if you're around the TV, flip on this Cooper Flagg show." Holy crap, buddy! Now I've talked about him a lot on this show because Devin and I went to that EYBL thing several years ago when he was 16 years old, and you could tell that. But over the weekend, Janai Broome went down with a bad ankle injury for Auburn. And so that plays a huge role. The other thing that plays a role is setting the ACC scoring record with the 42 points over the weekend that Cooper Flagg had against Notre Dame. He went from plus 240 to win National Player of the Year to minus 350 in one weekend. And I think, in conjunction, right? He dropped 42 and Janai Broome got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? So that was two big things that took place. But my God, he was unbelievable. And he had one towards the end of the game. He had one towards the end of the game where he pulled up from the elbow and made it, and they wiped it off because they called 3 seconds on one of his teammates. He would have had 44. He ended up with 42. And you think about every great player that's played in the ACC.
Bro. And think about how many points in college basketball 42 points is. That's like scoring 100.
That's a lot.
In a
That's
college
a lot
basketball
of points,
game?
man.
That's a lot of points,
He
bro.
could end up, you watch these highlights.
Cold, bro. Silky smooth. Like real KD type.
Crazy prospect.
Like
And
T-Mac type.
there have been 3 men's basketball players that have won National Player of the Year as a freshman. He's now the odds-on favorite to do it. Do you know who they are?
As a freshman,
Zion did it.
Durant.
Durant did it.
Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley's the same
Beasley
class.
didn't do it.
Same as KD.
Beasley was the
One
year
more.
after that. National.
He is a current NBA player.
Was the team that won Natty that year?
Oh,
The
Anthony
Kentucky
Davis.
team.
Anthony Davis.
I was gonna say MKG, but don't worry.
And then there's one girl, Paige Beckers.
Paige
Paige
Beckers.
Beckers, who's
She won National Player of the Year as a freshman.
falling off like crazy. That injury messed her up.
Really?
Yeah, she been rough.
She won National Player of the Year as a
Oh
freshman.
yeah, she came out the gates crazy. Then I think she tore her ACL. Has been downhill.
She won National Player of the Year as a freshman, and then AD, Durant, and Zion. Pretty good company. If
Pretty
he
good
pulls this
company, yeah.
off.
Cooper Flagg, something serious, man.
I mean,
You can't even hate, bro.
that's why I was texting I tweeted out. I said, look, if your team sucks, tune this in.
No,
This
for
will
real.
give you hope.
I thought
because
the-
that is like one of those you watch that like, oh my God, hope springs eternal. If we got that guy.
Wizards fans.
For real. Like I thought the Duke thing would kind of give him like the negative bump, like the white guy going the Duke thing. But you watch him, you're like, I can't even.
Because he's not annoying.
you can't even hate him.
No, he's not annoying.
Because he plays with fire, but it's like a
That's
dope
right.
fire.
That's right.
Like he cracked and he was like, ah, like that's the, you know what I'm saying? I told you, bro. He on my side. He on my side.
No, you can't have him.
He act like
You
us,
can't
bro.
have him.
On the basketball court, he be.
You can't have him.
That man, so serious.
Yeah.
Can't have him. It was a big day. It was a big weekend.
Not for y'all.
Cooper Flagg, and then Josh Allen took over the most rushing yards by a playoff quarterback.
We won.
A
3.
white guy.
We won 3.
White guy.
Look, we won 3 playoff games. C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts.
Jaden Daniels.
And Jaden Daniels. We got 4 playoff wins this week. Hey, come on, bro.
We don't.
That's supposed to be
You
y'all.
got Herbert.
No. That's Roser guy. That's Roser guy. That's Roser guy. We got 4 playoff wins this week. Shout out to the culture, man. Hey, not too quarterbacky, man. Oh, by the way, I don't count Russell Wilson.
And you can't count Jalen Hurts as winning that game.
Yeah, that's
He was taking the snap.
Garbage.
This
guy's got every awesome player ever.
If Jalen
This guy's
Hurts-
got an
yeah.
amazing offensive line. Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and he still doesn't complete passes. He had 30 yards at halftime. I'm like, and then he completed a pass, and they're like, "Oh, Jalen Hurts," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" Jeez.
Yeah.
What? This guy stinks.
Why are you hating, bro? Let Jalen Hurts be great.
You won that game as much as Jalen Hurts did, Dev. He's
30
mid.
yards at halftime.
Bro, that both of them.
Freaking best receivers reading a book. All right, take a break. We'll knock out the last 5 on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
Grizz Nation, it's time to send John, Sharon, and Dez to the 2025 All-Star Game.
Oh! What did we just see, partner?
Take 3! Take 3!
Bain for 3. Bingo! Desmond Bain heating it up. Blocked by Jaron.
Most versatile power forward in the game today.
Head to NBA.com/vote, the NBA app, or simply use the QR code on the screen to send your Grizzlies to the All-Star Game today.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off. Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
When's the last time you guys played a little one-on-one? It was, I don't even know, like,
maybe last summer, and there's some footage out there that doesn't want to be released. Like, he claims he took it easy on me, but I always beat him.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Dusty May was at Florida Atlantic last year. Tonight you'll watch him coach at Michigan. So why do I care if a football player decides to leave one place where he's making whatever money to go somewhere where he's making even more? It's what most coaches do every year. So I cannot stand it, and I mean can't stand it, when the coaches sit up there and act like these young people are doing something wrong.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How about them Tigers? Go Tigers. Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I can't wait to see what your number one. If that's your number two.
Number one for me.
Come on, man.
I listen to the Bells of Luther Vandross. I love Luther Vandross's Christmas album.
I got to go back and listen to that one, man. I'm sure I've heard it.
To the Bells and they made me remember.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris
On one morning
Vernon.
bright and clear, my old folks and I drew near, just a village down in sunny Tennessee. I'd been speeding on that train that would bring me back again to that girl I left in sunny Tennessee. I could hear those voices singing as she bid farewell to me. Far across the fields of cotton.
Chris Vernon Show. All right, let's knock out these last five for the weekend. Number 6. What'd you watch? Oh, you do? I'm trying to think if I watched anything. It was not sports related. I don't think I did. I think
I'm gonna start off with you see the Jerry Springer doc on Netflix came out?
It did?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I watched the joint.
How long is it?
It's through 3 episodes, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know it dropped.
Yeah, I watched all the episodes.
Is it good?
I think it's great because it talks about how they found the guests. And how I did not know Jerry Springer was a politician.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He was like the mayor of Cincinnati? Or
Yeah, I did not know that.
What city was it? I think it was some place in Ohio, right? If I recall. This is one of those like useless facts that I do remember hearing. Was he the mayor of Cincinnati, or he was the mayor of some place?
I don't know. My Wi-Fi just shut down when I typed in Jerry Springer mayor.
That's probably what. I don't know. Rosa, do you know? I think
mayor of Cincinnati, former mayor of Cincinnati. There we go.
It was Cincinnati.
1977, 1978.
Jerry Springer notes?
Why did you know that?
Chris Vernon.
It was a deal. He was like super famous back in the day.
So I did not know he was a politician. And he had the talk show, the beginning of the talk show, he was super boring and super lame. And they were like, they hired that new producer and was like, yo, this is terrible. We got to find a way to crank this up.
Yep.
And I did not know, as you like to watch the documentary, I did not know. In the documentary, they made it seem like Jerry had nothing to do with anything.
Right.
Except
just hosting.
When the lights come on, Jerry, you do your thing.
Right.
I did not know that. And it rough, bro. It tells stories about like how one of the guests on the show, they left the show and the dude killed the girl, and how they try to wrap Jerry into it. And
so did they try to make it sound like nobody was ever an actor? Because I think everybody always thought that there are a lot of those episodes where it's like, bro, this is not real.
Yeah, so they say they brought up, they were like talking about like, the show was kind of doing this thing, and they were like, let's crank this up 1,000%, and they brought in the KKK guy. And they were like, that's what. So they're like, that's what's really got like cracking, right? They were like, that's when people started to notice us, and they were like, what is this Jerry Springer show? Are these people paid actors? And they were like, no, we sought these people out. They call it the Jerry Springer Triangle. They talk about it on the show. The Jerry Springer Triangle is, I think it's Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. Like they preyed on this like triangle of people. They were like, they know they don't really like know better, so they'll call them. And they say, you got a story to tell. And they're like, yeah, we'll come on. And they said in the backstage, they'll rile them up. They're like, you're not going to take that, are you? You're not going to do that, are you? So they'll get them. They're from the country. Rile them up a little bit. And then they're like, all right, lights come on, do your thing.
So you say it's 3 episodes?
3 episodes, yeah. All right. And they also said the night before, like they did a lot of kind of dirty stuff. They said when they booked these guests, they would put them up in a limo, get them all they can eat buffets, all you can eat alcohol to make them feel like a superstar.
Yep.
So then when they bring them to the show, it's like a handshake agreement. Right. I'll do this for you, you do this for me.
Gotcha.
And then they got people riled up, blah, blah, blah. That's
the idea is to put on a show.
Exactly. And they were like, every guest, they said it got so bad at one point, they're like, every show we feel like we have to have fighting. We don't care what it is. We have to fight.
Well, and then that Steve guy with the bald head, Wilkos or whatever.
And he got his own show after that too.
But
he took over basically that show, didn't he?
Yeah, basically that show. Because apparently Jerry felt bad towards the end that he felt like he was involved with it because people were saying it was sleazeball TV and.
Bro, they put him before Congress.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was, it's a lot like I saw. There's like a, Jerry Springer sitting there in front of like Congress, like having to defend himself. The same way that, 2 Live Crew did once upon a time. Yeah, it's like, this
Uncle
is
Luke.
the idea that this is the downfall of society. Sometimes it was a heavy metal artist or it was a rap artist or it was that these people were to blame for the downfall of society. And so he was certainly in that mix too. It's like he contributed greatly to this culture that was going the wrong direction.
He did say that towards the end. He said he felt bad because he felt like he was the reason why our TV is what it is now. Like where there's like the Real Housewives shows or like he was like the Jerry Springer show was the beginning of all that.
Well, because
that was the part. That was the show that started.
You have a competition for outrageousness.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And he talked about
it's cool. It's kind of like when all the fair is fair when all the rap stuff comes out and I'm a teenager, and we're all trying to get our hands on Too Short and 2 Live Crew and NWA because they're saying bad words. It's like, then the guy that's coming out that's not saying bad words is like not.
Yeah.
Like the competition becomes you got to start saying bad words.
Yeah.
And so it's like if you're going to be super outrageous and and that's what's going to get eyeballs. It's like, okay, well, all of a sudden now other people are going to start doing it as well. And next thing you know, Maury Povich is doing his thing and Nikki Lake's doing her thing. And it's like, you got a ton of trash TV before you even knew it.
Exactly. He said the biggest thing the producers are like, all we want to do is beat Oprah. Right. And then when they finally beat Oprah for that #1 spot, that's when they knew like, all right, we're doing something.
I'm going to watch it.
Are you sure? You'll enjoy it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I'll for sure watch it.
This is the second Raw tonight, right?
Second
on
Raw
Netflix?
tonight. My boy Zedo Meadow might make his debut tonight. Not Pentagon. Zedo Meadow, yeah. His brother's gonna make his debut tonight. I can't wait for that.
What'd you say his name was?
Zedo Meadow.
No. You said L something.
El Zedo Meadow.
No, you texted us. That's like El Pinta.
Yeah, Pinta. Pinta's his name. Yeah, my bad.
L0.
Yeah, L0. But I think it's English for zero fear. That's what it stands for. He makes his debut tonight.
No fear.
What you got?
I'll watch something.
I know you watched something.
I'm not done.
Yes, you did.
I'm not done. I got a list.
Oh, I was getting ready for Pansy over there.
I know, right? Freaking! I went to dinner.
I didn't have time to watch anything. I had a reservation at a free restaurant.
Did not.
Oh, because it snowed.
No,
the reservation had to cancel.
Nope.
Johnny Restaurant.
It was snowing outside, but I saw on a billboard that the Ringling Brothers Circus was in town at Landers Center.
I don't think it was Ringling Brothers.
Barney and Bailey's?
I thought that all shut down years ago.
No, they had a rebirth, Vernon.
What, they brought it back?
Peter tried to stop them.
No, I'm serious. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, I thought was gone. I thought it was just like local stuff now, and like there's some traveling circuses, but it was actually Ringling
Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. I know I saw that.
They brought it back.
They brought it back, and they were at Landers Center. It was packed, bro.
Yeah.
It was packed at Landers Center. I was there.
I used to love it when I was a kid.
Me too. And the emphasis on that part. I will say this, bro. And I would respectfully to those people that performed. Some of those acts were amazing. It was a lot of like those.
It's all Cirque du Soleil crap now, right?
The precursor to the halftime show. This is where people get their halftime shows
This is
from.
like people.
Cirque du Soleil.
I want bearded lady.
Jumping over elephant.
Unfortunately, that's not in a circus anymore.
That's in real life.
You walking down your sidewalk.
You walk down Lamar, you might see what it is.
But I mean, no, and I want the world's shortest man, and I want Lizard Boy. I want
Lizard.
I want a big elephant, and I want
Send stuff
the
on
circus.
fire.
I want Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Respectful. Yeah.
No, but I want guys on stilts, and I want freaks, and I want. Animals.
They ain't
got none of that anymore. It's just people doing flips and
people
crap,
doing
right?
flips, people riding bikes. I will say.
It's swinging.
Yeah, the guy behind me, he said, "What is this crap? I'm ready to go." I was like, "Oh."
He had enough.
He was fed up. I guess he took his younger grandson. He's an OG. He said, "This is why I don't come to this crap. This is why I go to the Universal Soul Circus. I don't come to this crap."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, that sounds racist.
Yeah, that was a little
crazy. Come on. That's why I go to the black circus. Come on, guys.
OG was not happy.
Why did you have to do that?
OG was not
Why
happy.
did you do that? It's not like Ringling Brothers is exclusively white. Come on.
Exactly, because the lady that sings, she's a black woman. He was like, "I didn't come to watch no damn musical." I was like, OG was not happy.
So was it cool or not?
It sounds like the guy sitting behind you was way more entertaining than the actual show.
Yeah, he was way more.
Well, if
It
you ever see their thing, it's like acrobats flying around and then a gigantic elephant, right? They don't even got an elephant anymore, do they?
No tigers, no.
There's no elephants.
PETA stopped all that, bro. PETA stopped Ringling Brothers from having.
They ruin everything.
Yeah, they really do.
They really do.
But hey, I will say, I expect to see all these people at halftime shows very soon. It's a bunch of halftime show acts, bro. People riding bikes.
But if there was an elephant, that's way awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do a flip over elephant.
Right? Or ride the elephant. They used to have the guy riding the elephant.
It was a guy riding a unicycle. Not that impressive.
Come on.
There's a guy downtown who rides a unicycle like multiple times a week.
I will say, yeah. So
for exercise, that's just what he does. That's serious. There's a guy who rides a unicycle down here.
Exactly. He was also in the circus. But
man. Like I've seen him on like Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah, just a guy. Just a guy. You want to see? I don't have to pay to go to the Landers Center. Just go the guy riding down Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not very.
No.
I would say, other than the guy screaming about this ain't the Universal Soul Circus, I was with the other guy because I was like, "Is this?" It was.
You thought it stunk.
It was a lot of singing.
Did
a lot of bebopping around.
Did the child that you went with liked it?
Yeah, she enjoyed it.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
You're not going for yourself.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But I'm there too.
I don't sit there and go, "Oh, I didn't really like the Pokemon movie that much." It really doesn't matter. I didn't go. It wasn't my choice to go to the Pokemon.
Right. Yeah, it was not. But I will say at least try to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You've been to a Lego movie and enjoyed it.
Yo, for sure.
I mean, I thought some of the flips were cool, but other than that, circus, it fell off. It's falling off like
That's tough.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's falling
All
off,
right.
bro.
All the good ones are doing Vegas acts or NBA halftime.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're doing NBA. Yeah. The rest of them are doing Ringling Brothers and Vernon and Bailey Circus.
Yeah, I saw a guy when we went to Utah. I saw a guy. I went to a show, and he's the same guy, like a longtime circus performer. It's him and his wife. He's called The Great Dubois. He's really good, and he's funny too.
See, they ain't nobody.
He's really
funny.
good.
Ain't nobody funny at this circus.
It's a two-man show.
Yeah, see?
It's him and his wife's like, this incredible, gymnast / contortionist / she was a circus performer as well.
I think I was.
He does the unicycle.
You see, I think I'm conditioned too because we go to these variety shows in Vegas.
Yeah.
So it's it's a very PG variety show.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And for my brain, I'm used to the Christian and Scooby, the
Absinthe,
that kind of stuff, and I'm like,
does spoil you.
It does. So yeah, shout out to Rick.
Because those people are crazy talented, and they got you just can't even believe some of the stuff they pull off.
Exactly. Yeah. So. Sorry, Ringling Brothers.
All right. Rose or nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
Just sports.
Wait, you just watched sports this weekend?
All weekend.
No fancy dinners?
Nope. Got takeout Saturday night.
What'd you get?
South Main Sushi. Took it and
You
went
walked?
back home.
There you go.
You walked?
There you go.
Well, I had to be
You
at
had to go to a
Max's.
birthday
I
party,
was at
remember?
Max's for like an hour for a
you were
birthday
at
party.
Max's.
Shout out to Melvin, big listener. Melvin, he was there. So what's up to him? He was there for the party. And then we just walked over to South Main Sushi, took takeout, took it home.
I did. I will update you on this since you brought up food. My Instagram purchase.
Oh, your griddle? Your flat top?
You getting
We had burger. My daughter wanted me after I made them the first time. We had burgers 3 times since we've had
Oh my gosh.
3 times.
You're
I've
already
had
getting the
burgers.
money's worth.
Hey.
Already. I loved it. Best purchase I've made in forever.
And what do you put? Do you put it over your stove or your grill or?
Huh? Yes.
Okay.
Over 2 eyes.
Two
Goes
eyes on the
over
stove.
The 2
on the
eyes.
stove.
Yes,
on the stove
correct.
top.
You
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
you just.
And they crank it up. Yep. And then
I like that.
I like that.
and it's got the smash burger thing
Yeah.
that came with it or whatever. So that was a win on the Instagram front. And then I also, after I got the smash burger thing, I bought one of those Ninja Creamies. Have you seen that? The ice cream maker? That's what they're called. Creamies.
I don't like that name.
I don't like the way you say
that
that.
name. I don't like the name.
Shut up. You guys are so
I don't
immature.
like the way you say that word.
You guys are immature.
You say that a different way.
That's the name of it.
This whole show is
It's
immature.
called a Ninja Creamy. That's what it's called. And it can make gelato.
Jalen is asking you not to repeat
It
it.
can make gelato, ice cream, everything. It's amazing. And last night we made milkshakes on it.
Have you seen? Speaking of ice, have you seen that video with the
Type
drum?
it in.
I'm not typing Ninja Creamy on my work Wi-Fi.
Have you seen those videos going around of the drumsticks? You know the ice cream thing, the drumsticks.
Yep.
The video going around. It's like, what is this stuff?
Oh, right. That it's not ice cream.
Because it doesn't melt. Like someone's like, they took it out.
No, the worst one I've seen.
And they put it in the sink and they leave it there overnight and they come back the next morning like, it is not melted.
No, the worst.
It's just softened.
No, I hate those videos because I
Like
watched
that's-
them and then
yeah.
I just saw one the other day. It was like a piece of Kraft cheese or something, and they're like cheese melts or whatever. And the guy puts a lighter up to it, and like nothing. I'm like, oh my god,
What am I eating? What have I eaten all these years?
Hey,
Yeah.
it's-
I was like,
this-
oh man,
I found it. I found
What?
Ninja Creamy.
Yeah, you
Creamer,
did.
Creamer.
Told you.
I'm not saying it like that though. Dang, this thing $200.
Yeah, it's awesome
You
though.
got this on Instagram?
No, that one I got at Target.
Oh, okay.
A ninja.
I just saw a bunch of Instagram videos
Don't
about
type
it.
that on the word
I
Wi-Fi,
saw a
bro.
bunch of.
No, you have to spell it right. It comes
So
up
what
all right.
happened
You're
on
good.
that one
Yeah.
is some influencer or whatever was making something with this. I watched the video. That thing gets in my algorithm. So next thing I know, I'm watching all these people make stuff on this Ninja Creamy, and I'm like, I gotta get one of those.
Were you on TikTok?
What'd you pay for yours? What'd you pay?
Yeah, what's your price?
It was
Because these prices vary.
It was on sale yesterday for I think it was $199 at Target, but then you got a $20 gift card.
All right.
Okay, that's about the same price I see.
So $179, I guess,
That's not bad.
in total.
Because you'll use that.
All right.
We've already used it twice.
Yeah, your kids will use that.
QVC is selling the deluxe. There's a deluxe. They dropped
Sure,
the
my mom has it.
QVC dropped the deluxe.
Yeah.
They got the deluxe.
Oh, that's the 11-in-1.
For 250.
I got the
You
You got the
7-in-1.
7-in-1.
You got the 7-in-1.
I was gonna say if you saw it on TikTok, then I mean,
Yeah,
after this week it's gonna be over.
But you
with.
can make your own ice cream at home.
You
That's
can
like-
get the 11-in-1 at Williams Sonoma for $230. Walmart has the 5-in-1 for $150.
It's not bad.
So
After this week, what are we gonna do with TikTok? Because I know you see a lot of stuff on TikTok as far as like food
Yeah, I
stuff.
know.
Wait, is it really gonna be gone?
Surely they're gonna step in, right?
I mean, it's just like
or
Vine.
they're gonna sell it.
It's just like Vine, bro.
They got 170 million United States users. Surely they're gonna put a. I don't know. They'll have to figure that out. They're not just gonna lose all that.
We need TikTok.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pressure's on though. That's for sure.
We got a week.
Pressure's
You know
on.
what? I don't think you do need TikTok. I think we should be like AJ Brown. Read a book. We could read a book.
Number 7, NFL coaching changes. All right, so Mike McCarthy's out. I mean, I just don't. Everything about the way my franchise works is bizarre. It's like,
How bizarre.
well, because now it's like, okay, now it come to terms where are they going to let his contract expire or not? And then it makes it feel like they wanted to bring him back, but they didn't want him to bring it back long term. And so he's like double bird. I can go get another job. And he probably will. Either the Bears or the Saints is what they say.
Interviewed for the Bears last week.
So his agent's probably telling him, like, yo, I can get you this job, or I can, you know what I mean? I think we got a good chance at this job. So if they don't give you what you want, then we'll just part ways. Because you can get one of the, you know what I mean? These teams will give you what you want. So just part ways, whatever. But it's like, if you weren't going to give him what he wanted, then why didn't you just get rid of him a while ago? He can go look around and get another job at wherever jobs have already started to get filled. And you might have been able to get anybody from Bill Belichick on.
Mike Vrabel.
Right. Might. You don't know.
You don't know.
Right? You don't know.
You don't
but
know.
It's like, because they're incompetent. That's why. That's why it draws out like that.
Go trade for
And
Mike Tomlin.
Honestly, I don't care that Mike McCarthy's gone. I don't.
Yeah. It's the process.
I got it.
It's the
he
process.
Won. He went to the playoffs 3 times. We were so wildly ill-prepared to play in the playoffs last year that I was done.
Yeah.
There was never going to be a time where I cared if they fired him or not. After that Packers game was that bad to me. I got it. They played, they lost twice to your team, and those were dud games. One of them was 19-12. The other one was 23-17 or something. I mean, and you guys were probably the better team in both of those. That being said, it's like they didn't play the 49ers last year. They won. They had a good season, and then they went and they played against the Packers, and the Packers, they were up 27-7 at halftime. The thing was over.
Yeah.
They scored 48 points on you.
And y'all had been so awesome at home that year. Like, y'all didn't lose at home that year. That was like your only home
loss. So I just...
Who do you want?
I was done after that.
Who do you want? Who do you want?
I have no idea.
So, are they going after Ben Johnson?
I have no idea who I want.
Dang. I mean, it's do or die now because you got Dak on that contract. You got CD now. You got to find somebody to win now.
Yep.
Because if not, I'm going to troll you for the next 5 years.
There is a little bit of college news that just happened.
I'm here.
Both of those Penn State running backs are coming back. How much money you think they're getting? Singleton and Katron Allen, they're both going back.
In the millies for sure.
That Singleton kid running now.
Yeah.
Whew. Both of them can. The other one is that Mike Vrabel did get the Patriots job. I mean, obviously he's a Patriots legend, and he did a great job with the Titans.
He did.
He won with Ryan Tannehill, bro. You know what I mean? I know he had Derrick Henry, but I mean, he won with Ryan Tannehill, so.
And he was pissed when they traded A.J. Brown because they didn't tell him
I think everybody thinks Mike Vrabel's a good
coach.
So.
That he gets the best out of the roster. He will get the best out of whatever the max is that your roster has, he'll get that.
Number 8, Steph Curry. I'm going to give a shout out to Steph Curry. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw this posted over the weekend, and this was worthwhile. I'll put this up so you can see it. I sent it down to them earlier today, where Steph Curry was going and he was playing in a game they were playing against the Pacers, right? And a kid, his parents put this up, Bennett. The kid's name is Bennett, right? Says Bennett's a huge Steph Curry fan and watches any chance he gets. Had the advantage to take him 2 hours away to go see Curry against the Pacers. At 5:30, we get to the arena 90 minutes before the tip because Bennett's dad's a dork and loves to see the team warm up. At 6 o'clock, they found out Steph wasn't playing, and he said, I had to figure out the best way to, as a dad, to tell him without crushing him. Dude had a great attitude and said to me, Dad, it's no big deal. We'll see him play another time. At 6:15, a Warrior staffer came over and asked us if we wanted to go to the media room and meet the greatest three-point shooter in NBA history. Said Steph felt terrible for sitting and wanted to make it up to a few kids. So they went around and they found all the kids that were in Curry jerseys. And there is a picture.
So dope.
There's a picture out there of Curry with this group of kids that's all in Curry jerseys. There it is.
That's so
in
dope,
Indianapolis.
bro.
You see them in the media room?
Yeah, that's hard,
all these
bro.
kids that showed up in Curry jerseys. It's giving me chills.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Can you
That's awesome.
imagine? So they all were so excited to see Steph Curry play in person. This is one of the things we talk about in the NBA. There's nothing worse than me seeing a kid that's like so excited to see John Morant for the first time, and then John doesn't play or something, right? And I don't expect guys to do this all the time, but this was one of those where I saw it come across, and I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You've got a guy who's looking around, and there's all these little kids with Curry jerseys on. That this is the one chance.
Yep.
You know, it's in Indianapolis, so this is the one chance. So he had the media relations people go around and find all the little kids in Curry jerseys and brought them back to the media room, and they could all meet him and get their picture with him. I was like, dude, that is amazing. Can you imagine if you're one of these kids?
Oh, forever.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Forever,
it is.
bro.
That's great.
Like,
I mean, you didn't get to see him play, and this is a million times
Y'all
better.
saw him do
I was
that
there
in
about you shooting
Charlotte.
basketball. We got to link up and take a photo together backstage. Yeah.
We saw him do it in Charlotte.
Yep.
At the All-Star weekend at the hotel. All those kids that were sitting there waiting on him at the hotel. He took time for every single one of them.
For those that don't know what Roser's talking about, when the All-Star game was in Charlotte, everybody was hanging out late at the bar. We were at this hotel that everybody was at, and his brother got engaged that night. And so Mom, Sonia, Dell, everybody, they're all in the same bar that we're in. And then everybody starts to file out at whatever it is, like 2:30 in the morning or whatever. As they're walking out, the word has gotten around the hotel that Steph Curry's down at the hotel bar with the brother and the family and everybody else. And so you can tell these kids, like their dads have woken them up or whatever, and they've come down and they're all standing in the lobby. And one by one, Steph went to every one of those kids that had been drug out of bed. They weren't up at 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
As he's walking out of a bar, and he stopped and chatted and signed for every one of them. And I was like, this guy, I mean, I get it. Charlotte's his hometown and everything.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments where no one in the world would ever see that, but we were sitting there half drunk going, that's amazing.
That's dope, bro.
It's amazing.
Then we saw Will Blitzer just standing in the corner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's dope. Curry's, man, that's cool, man. You can't, you can't hate on people like that, bro. Like,
that's
human beings
amazing,
like that,
though, to go around and find all the kids that are wearing Curry jerseys.
Because you have to think about that as Curry. So you got to tell them, hey, go grab these kids.
It also means you legitimately feel bad for not playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many guys legitimately feel bad for not playing?
Shout out Curry.
Right?
Not many.
Or he knows
Not many.
It's one of the last times he's probably going to play in Indy, too.
Not many.
Yeah, shout out Curry, man.
I mean, could you imagine Kawhi Leonard getting 20,000 kids together for every game he's missed?
Damn. Come on, man. Kawhi dealing with some stuff, man. Kawhi.
Man.
Number 9, Carson Beck's going to Miami. We called this one on Friday when we said, where does the Cavender twin go?
Where does his girlfriend go? Yes.
Because we said one of them's at Miami, right? Because the other one's going out with Jake Ferguson, the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. But the other one is at Miami. And what is the other one? Is it TCU or something? I think it's TCU.
You talking about Haley Van Lith?
No. The other Cavender. There's 2 Cavenders. I don't think they're both at Miami. Are they?
Yeah, one of them was at TCU.
Yeah. I think one of the Cavenders is at TCU as well. But anyway, he is committed to go to Miami. Followed his girl. Also followed the money. Bro, they said he's getting $4 million?
To do what?
Play quarterback. He's like 26-3 or something like that. I think I read his record. I mean, we watched him throw 12 interceptions this year.
Bro,
we watched him.
Your draft stock went in the
I just can't believe there's part of me that looked and goes like, we're gonna look back at this, and it's just gonna feel like absolute funny money. Or do you think it goes the other way? I feel like $4 million for a college quarterback is insane. I was reading something this morning. It was saying name one of these rookie quarterbacks or somebody. There's somebody that was like one of these rookie quarterbacks, and they were like, he doesn't make that.
No.
Like most don't.
No.
Most don't.
Bro, Brock Purdy made $900,000 this year.
You get $4 million to play for Miami?
Yeah.
Like something is off with the right. Like
the market is.
I don't know. Am I going to look up and a college quarterback is getting $10 million in a couple years?
Yes.
Or am I going to look up at that we get
you get regulation in it.
Yeah, where it's like actually no, the highest paid quarterback. Are we going to look at this like we look at like say Big Country and Kevin Garnett. You know?
Yeah.
And we're going to look and go, oh, you remember when the guy that from Tulane went to Duke and got $8 million and Carson Beck got $4 million? Are we going to look at that like, you remember when, Big Country got like $90 million? To go like before I'm saying before you're even before you're even in a real, you haven't proven anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really don't know. I can't decide which way it's going to go. But I know $4 million is crazy, and the idea that you get paid that much more than NFL players is crazy.
Especially when we watched you play last year, buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
We watched you play last year, bro. You ain't worth the $4 billion. Respectfully. I mean, by the way, both the Cavenders are there in Miami.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they're
you
both
think about
back in
Haley,
Miami.
bro. Haley Van Lith does look low-key like a Cavender twin.
Yeah.
Shout out Haley Van Lith. But, yeah.
I thought one of the
And they both start with an H. There's Haley Cavender and Hannah Cavender and Haley Van Lith. Like,
that's the one I said it twice. He was like, no. Haley Van Lith. They kind of look alike.
They do kind of look alike.
I'm almost positive.
Haley Cavender is the one with the Carson Beck. Hannah, I think, is the one with Ferguson.
Yep.
But they're both at Miami now. They're both back at Miami.
Okay, but the one did go to TCU.
Yeah, they did go to TCU.
At one point.
No, Haley. Haley decommitted from TCU to follow her sister, Hannah.
It's about last year.
The Cavender twins are reuniting at Miami, is what the article says.
There you go.
But, yeah. So one of them played at TCU. That's how she must have gotten hooked up with Ferguson.
Yeah. Because Fort Worth is right there.
Because otherwise, she would have been hooked up with Tua.
Ferguson is with Haley. Carson is with Hannah.
Yeah, Haley's the one that went to TCU.
Yeah, okay. Haley is the one who's with Ferguson, and Hannah's with Carson.
I think he's married.
Yeah, I don't think he's that. Yeah, I don't think that's his type. Shout out to him.
So you're this is not like Miami getting Cam Ward. Let's just say
no. Unless this dude gets some superpowers, we get bit by a spider or something.
If he really got, you gotta believe it. $4 million, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's kind of ski mask, bro. Like I said, we watched you play last year. We watched it with our own eyes. We watched it. He was not very good. Bro, are you getting $4 million?
Let me just give you a heads up. Our beloved Gigi Jackson signed a 4-year deal for $8.5 million.
Oh, boy.
When he signed. 4 years, 8.5, right? Carson Beck's going to get half of that to play one season at Miami, and he's not even that. I don't know. It just feels like the numbers are way off.
Yeah.
But I guess,
they'll get corrected.
Hey, supply and demand, brother.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah. It's getting to the point where you even, what's the name? The coach of Tennessee was like, we pay you to take shots. Can you take shots?
That's what the money's for.
That's what the money's for. So, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you're going to have college coaches talking like that now.
Number 10 tonight. All right, so we got the Grizzlies and the Rockets. Look, the Grizzlies got to get this back on track. It's NBA TV, too. So there's going to be a lot more people that are able to see this game than maybe usually if it were just a League Pass game. We got to get it back in blood after what happened last Thursday.
Got to. And we really got to get back. Put up the power rankings I just sent you, y'all, downstairs. I sent it y'all.
Oh, did they put the Rockets ahead?
They put the power rankings up, and the Rockets are ahead of us. The NBA power rankings. Can you, John Schumann put up the top 30 NBA teams. Cavs, OKC.
This is a big game tonight.
Boston, we have turned it both games
you
against
can't
the
lose
Rockets.
3 in a row to them.
We have turned it, the points off turnovers have been a massive problem. It's been a problem for the whole season, but it's been a big problem because we've turned it over 39 times in the 2 games against them and given up 60 points off turnovers.
Wow. Look at the power rankings right there.
There you go. Right behind Houston. Part of a doubleheader. The second game is going to be the Lakers and Wemby. So NBA TV's actually got a good little deal going on tonight, right? Obviously, the NFL is going to be on the other channel, which I'll be keeping up with. Rams Vikings, and it's in Arizona.
I think Sam Darnold turns into a pumpkin.
You do.
Yeah,
you don't trust him.
I don't trust him. I don't.
It is hard with the whole Sam Darnold and Matt Stafford, and who do you trust more?
Mm-hmm. I trust the one that's been to the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Rams have not been good this year, though. They said yesterday that Now, I think it was in reference to the Texans or something that those were the 2 lowest scoring playoff teams.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't score. Like, they don't score very much, but I mean, it's some pretty good wins in that. And they're different ways. They won that game again. They won the Rams beat Buffalo in that unbelievable game.
Mm-hmm.
That one stands out. I mean, that win is just. And even when they've lost, it's like you look at their losses. They lost the weird game to Miami. They got punked by Philadelphia, and they lost that last week of the season to Seattle. But they started.
Yeah,
right?
they didn't play.
Garoppolo,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. But they had a run there before that where they had at New Orleans, Buffalo, at San Francisco, at the Jets, Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Kyron Williams, they got Puka Nacua, and they got Cooper Kupp.
So I'm saying, bro, you're going to have to Sam Darnold. If you about that, show me tonight, bro. Show me. Because I don't believe in you. You think you believe in Sam Darnold?
It's so hard because we just watched him be so bad.
He could be. Look,
he had been great all year.
He still could be great in this game. He could be. Like, dude, we talked about it. Like, he's had the longest time to throw the ball in the pocket than any quarterback. Like, a lot of these guys, if you give them a clean pocket and you give them awesome players around them.
Hey.
What's the number on this?
You know who saw that stat? You know who saw that stat too, Roger? The Rams defensive coordinator.
It's Minnesota 2.5.
Put some pressure on them.
Yeah, you got to get pressure on them.
Put pressure on them.
They got a good offensive line.
Make them make some choices.
That means it's gone up. It was 1.5. That means it went up. It was 1.5 last week. But that may be the move. The stadium
14-3.
That may be the stadium move too. Why it's gone up.
14-3, dude. Was their record this year? Their losses are Detroit, the Rams, and Detroit.
What's that middle one you said?
Rams. They lost 30-20 at Los Angeles.
I'm telling you, bro. He gonna have to. If I'm wrong, if we come here tomorrow and he had like 300 yards, then I'll have to.
I mean, that is 3 noble losses.
And that's,
to have a 14-3 season, and it's twice to Detroit and once to the Rams.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you guys. I don't trust him.
You don't trust him? Yeah. Like Pumpkin, man. Pumpkin Darnold.
I mean, if the Rams go up like 14-0, you think there's no chance. Is that fair? Yes. Whereas that does not feel the same on the other side.
Because Bradford's a slinger.
You think Stafford, it's not over yet.
Yeah.
But you feel like that's where it takes years for Darnold to convince us.
Get that stink off him, bro. He got that stink on him still.
The head coaching matchup's interesting because O'Connell was the offensive coordinator for the Rams when they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
And it's very
he knows
Case
him.
Keenum, Kirk Cousins-y. I mean, these are all the Viking quarterbacks.
Bro,
it feels like it's next in line of the.
He still got that jet stink on him, bro. Until you can't shake that jet stink on me until you want to play out in front of me, bro.
All right.
I don't believe it.
So if we all like the Packers, for sure the Vikings are going to win tonight.
Absolutely.
And probably by a lot.
Yeah.
Look, man, if they do, then I'll be like, I guess Sam Darnold was actually not a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But no, my boy Penta make his debut tonight. I'm excited. They're already selling his mask for $80 on WWE Shop.
We got a bunch going on.
Yeah.
Bunch going on tonight.
Bunch of good stuff on
It's going to be a
TV.
good sports night.
Did you see the commercial? Maybe did you see on the Sunday night game last night? They were like NBC, Peacock. They were doing a bunch of stuff for the Today Show, but they had that NBA commercial.
Yeah, they dropped it on social this morning.
They dropped, for the NBA
with
coming
Wemby?
on Peacock. It's Wemby, Tatum, and Giannis. I was just interested. Like those are the 3 players that they use to market it.
When does that start? Do you know?
The fall.
Okay.
Games on Peacock.
Okay.
Should be the fall 2025.
So they got Dirk, Taylor Rooks,
Next season.
and Blake.
Yep.
Should be cool.
Good setup.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to do it for today's show. Thanks to John Roser across the glass. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to Jalen back in the studio. We will be back tomorrow. It's a Tuesdays with Tony. Tony Allen will be in here with us. Until then, we gone.